Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel Teamy and Tales. Jai Shri Krishna. Today we are going to talk about something which is completely different and as well as interesting. जो लोग पहले से यहाँ कनाडा में रहते हैं, for them it is like okay and it's a very common thing which they practice every year. But for me and those who are coming, those who aspire to come to Canada, they will feel strange about this. Yes, today we are discussing about daylight saving time. The literal meaning of DST, that is daylight saving time, is जैसे कि हम मोबाइल में चलाते हैं बैटरी सेवर, वैसे ही yes, we do save daylight time. Daylight saving time is tomorrow, which is November 6th at 2 a.m. at night. Yeah, you heard it right. क्या सबको ऐसे मौका मिलता है to go back in the past for an hour? Not possible, but yes, if you are in Canada, it is possible. So basically, what is happening? Daylight saving time is ending on November 6th at 2 a.m. midnight. Daylight saving time 2022. Here's when to turn your clocks back this month. Yeah, you heard me right. Mark it in your calendars now so you do not show up to work an hour early on Monday. So basically, daylight saving time is ending this coming Sunday, that is tomorrow, November 6th at 2 a.m. So basically, daylight saving time 2022 in Canada began at 2 a.m. on Sunday, March 13, and which is going to end tomorrow at 2 a.m. On Saturday night or the early morning hours of Sunday, November 6, our clocks fall back 1 hour to 1 a.m., giving everyone an extra hour of sleep. So smartphones and computers automatically change their time. Analog and older digital clocks will have to be manually changed. Daylight saving time started when local standard time was about to reach Sunday, March 13, 2022, 2 a.m. Clocks were turned forward 1 hour to Sunday, March 13, 2022, 3 a.m. local daylight time instead. Sunrise and sunset were about 1 hour later on March 13 than the day before. There was more light in the evening. November 6, 2022, daylight saving time ends when local daytime is about to reach Sunday, November 6, 2 o'clock, 2 a.m. Clocks are turned backward 1 hour to Sunday. So sunrise and sunset will be about 1 hour earlier on November 6, 2022 than the day before. There will be more light in the morning. Daylight saving time was first proposed in the year 1895 by New Zealand. He proposed the change because it would allow him more daylight hours to find and inspect insects. And slowly, gradually, everybody started adopting daylight saving time. Several years later, what happened? The German Empire and Austria Hungary were the first international countries to enact daylight saving time in the year 1916 as a way to save coal and fuel during the First World War. The idea behind the clock shift is to maximize sunlight in the northern hemisphere as day starts to lengthen in the spring and the wane in the fall. The logic is that by springing forward and falling back, people add an hour of sunlight to the end of the workday. The benefits of this change are controversial, and the shift can have measurable impact on health as well. So, the changing of the clock has been a topic of debate in Canada for many years, with provinces like Alberta, British Columbia, and Ontario wanted to scrap the century-old practice. So, there are few pros and cons of daylight saving time. Many doctors from around across the globe have said that the risk of strokes and heart attack increases. In addition, the number of car crashes also tend to increase once we make the time change. Canadian researchers warn that daylight saving and switching the clock twice a year can contribute to a social jet lag, where people suffer from disrupted sleep and sleep debt and mental and physical fatigue. There are some experts, they agree that the change in the springtime hits us harder. There are also downsides to the change in the fall with less evening light and shortened days. There is a tendency to be less active in the evening. So these were all the, you can say, cons of a daylight saving time. Now let us talk about some advantages as well. So daylight saving time isn't all bad. In fact, when we move an hour ahead, we enjoy more daytime hours and use less energy. We know it's not fun springing forward each year. In fact, though it's only one day, it throws off your entire schedule and the sleep effects tend to linger for a few days, right? What's to appreciate about that? Surprisingly, several things. The purpose of such a seemingly trivial act to make better use of natural daylight. So, very first thing, there is more light to enjoy in the evening. What's better? Only a fleeting moment of daylight before work and driving home in the dark or being able to enjoy the daylight well into the evening hours. That's what we thought. More light, more time to do what you want or need to do. Besides that, the second important thing, the crime rate drops during daylight saving time. Research has shown that robbery rates after daylight saving time fall an average of 7%. The most beneficial is that it minimizes energy consumptions. When you enjoy more natural daylight, you use less artificial light, and that makes a real impact on the overall cost of energy consumption. It lowers the incidence of traffic accident, like driving home in the daylight versus the darkness driving too easier when you can see your surroundings where you are going right. So what's the take for the day? That reset your clocks the night before. Sure, your phone, computer and cable box are going to automatically update, but what about that clock on your microwave or your oven or the one on the wall by your desk? Avoid confusion and annoyance for that matter by turning the clocks ahead 1 hour beforehand. For more such information, please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe my channel, Teamy and Tales. Thank you.